Well, I'm honored, very honored, for the opportunity to represent the voters of the 12th Congressional District and who they have bestowed on me. I have so many people to thank tonight. Some behind me right here, my son Joshua, his fiance, Chelsea, who's getting married next April, my girlfriend Melanie. I want to thank God. More importantly, my mom and dad, who aren't able to hear with us this evening, the thousands and thousands of volunteers that worked this grassroots campaign. Thank you all very, very much for all that you have done. The phone banking, the door knocking, all of it. It's been phenomenal, and it's a great honor for me. I'd like to thank President Trump. Mr. President, coming to town, I'd also like to take the time to thank Vice President Pence for coming in next week. And the big shoes that I'll be filling. I wouldn't have got through a lot without him through this process. Congressman Pat Tiberi. I'd also like to take this opportunity and time to also thank Chairman Steve Stivers. He's been a great asset to me and have been helping me all through this process. Chairman, thank you. There's many others. I could just keep going on and on. But tonight, I'm going to promise to you that I'm going to work relentlessly for this 12th Congressional District. America is on the right path, and we're going to keep it going that way. It's time to get to work. Over the next 3 months, I'm going to do everything I can to keep America great again, so that when we come back here in November, get ready, we got to come back here in November. I have earned your vote for a second time. Danny O'Connor ran a hard race, and I look forward to campaigning against him again this fall. Thank you all so much for all your support. God bless you, and God bless America.
You can see the enthusiasm there as it appears for now there has been a squeaker of a win for the GOP contender in Ohio 12. Balderson sounding victorious, still too close to call. We're told there's some provisional ballots and other things that need to come in. He's claiming victory, though. In the meantime, Chief National Correspondent Ed Henry is here to explain where exactly we stand now. Hey, Ed.
Well, Shannon, good to see you. The RNC has just put out a statement basically declaring victory. The Republican National Committee saying in part, this is proof that the so-called blue wave is just a ripple. But as you can see, there's still some hesitation to make sure that everything is counted, make sure they've got all the provisional ballots. In terms of the ballots and the actual votes today, 100% in. Troy Balderson, the Republican you just saw, is winning by 1,754 votes. That is a wider margin than we had seen just an hour or so ago. At one point, these two candidates, Danny O'Connor, the Democrat, Troy Balderson, the Republican, were separated by 155 votes. So a 1,754 vote lead is sort of massive for Troy Balderson right now in the context of how close this race is. And by the way, Shannon, one quick note that hasn't really been noted a lot tonight. The Green Party candidate, Joe Manchin, got, by our tabulation, 1,127 votes. So not enough to tip the balance. But without the Green Party candidate and those votes on the left, the Democratic candidate, O'Connor, would have been even closer. So there might be some frustration on the Democratic side as well when you talk about socialists and others pulling the party to the left. The Green Party candidate ended up making this, kind of more interesting. Without the Green Party candidate, this would have been even tighter, Shannon.
Yeah, and it may have even put it within the mandatory recount margin, which is 0.5. Now, if it's outside of that, a candidate can request a recount. If it's inside the margin, then the state pays for it. It's publicly funded. But outside of that, the loser would have to pay if they challenge it. Unless it turns out they win, then their money is refunded.
And to your point, Shannon, with the margin that I mentioned of about 1,700 votes, by our calculation, that puts Balderson, the Republican, up by 0.9 percentage points. So it would be a bigger margin than the smaller 0.5 percentage points, meaning that if the Green Party candidate had not been in here, this likely would have been within the 0.5 percentage, meaning a recount. Right now, barring whatever votes we have, we'll see what else happens. Right now, it's outside that threshold, and the Republican is leading and likely to win.
All right.